Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls, where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Maya, I guess? A really strong power. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. Did they do it? How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? It's interesting that, like, right as I said, if this trial goes on too long, it risks getting boring, and then it immediately ended. So they knew what they were doing. Good job, game designers. Yeah, well, we just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads. Shit. What? We don't have any more time! If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. Something. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. Excuse me? Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Oh god, no. Oh, hi. Awesome. Yeah, Mia. Good job. Or Maya, since she channeled her. Are they at the fucking Berry Big Circus? Oh, jeez. It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. Oh god, no! Maya is somewhere within a 300 feet radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map, about a 300 feet radius from the main tent. Hurry! That's pretty fucking badass, this is intense. And I could see a mailbox under the window. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Oh, okay. What else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so? I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Holy shit. Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Aw. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this, I just have to make this trial last a little longer. I've resolved that after this incident, I won't be mean to Maya anymore. Only behind her back, not straight to her face. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this... Oh, so we're not actually moving into the second half of the trial yet. We just had a little break. But that was cool, that was a well-placed break. So we still have this to go for a little while, then Maya might be rescued, and then we'll go to 4-2. I guess. Okay. From this one obvious question arises, why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real criminal. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Hi there. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You've seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why does she... Huh. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. What? It's like a Rubik's Cube, but a bear? If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item such as a note. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. That's really, weird. So this figurine is a container of sorts, is it?
Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
It looks like there really was something to that bear after all.
Of course there was. Alright. I guess we'll just press everything. A puzzle?
That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine. It does not. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. Well, it's clearly there's something to it. It's all, like, cut up. Okay, so that amounted to nothing. Most of this probably will. So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that?
Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in.
Oh, yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Ooh, this is most interesting.
The judge is having fun with his new toy. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again.
Oh my god. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it. I don't think he ever had it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
The inside of it.
And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this. Leave it to the Swiss.
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan.
Okay.
So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are that many people with this same bear in this country.
But this looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get what was inside.
Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same once again. Again, once it's broken.
Last one. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box?
I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. Ongar didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Okay. What did we even get out of that?
Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact that we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box.
Huh.
Now, we have agreed to this point. There is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside the box?
What's in the box? What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness? Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please.
Well, do you think whatever was in there before would still be in there? Well, I mean, if Matt didn't know how to open it, then... Yeah, because, I mean, I guess it hasn't been broken, so that means he didn't take it out. Whatever's in there is still in there. And he figured it would be safe to leave it in there. Because nobody would really know how to open it other than Adrian. But he probably knew that Adrian hated him and that she knew how to open that. I wouldn't be surprised if he would have, like, taken a hit out on her, too. If he had the time later. Huh. Anyway. So I guess it'll still be in there. The note from Celeste about Matt's misdeeds. I mean, how are we gonna fucking get around that one? You better save Maya fast. It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright?
Come on, Gumshoe.
It's the suicide note.
The suicide note? Phoenix, just talk really slow.
The suicide note left by one corridor's former manager, Celeste Inpex. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, one corridor himself. It seems Celeste Inpex had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide.
Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by Tequila. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question?
What is written on the note?
That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate that the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it. For her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of this note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the dead silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Enguarde. About being engaged to Corrida and Enguarde's role in destroying that, which still doesn't really make a lot of sense and is kind of stupid. And about how she decided in her despair to end it all. That part's fucked up, though.
And that's all Miss Impax had to say. What do I do now?
There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Enguarde.
Then what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word.
Matt Enguarde values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Now we finally have it. On our 4th page of evidence. It's Enguarde's fault that woman killed herself. And this time he even went as far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there are Slimeball lawyers out there who will defend those creeps too. I have a plan! Jeez, guys! Give me a break. There is no margin for doubt here. Mr. Tequila's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on my wayward son. Okay, there are 2 deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry. Honestly, I think it'd be best if the phone just rang right now, rather than dragging this out any longer. What the fuck? I don't know. I mean, the suicide note is the most recent thing, and it's kind of the bigger thing, but it also seems like the thing that would be harder to get out of. How could we get out of the figurine? Maybe if we talked about, like, why he would leave it in there? Or something? I don't know. What if we talked about the note? I don't think there's anything else to say about the bear, though. But I don't know how we could get out of the note. I mean... You know... It was... Maybe if we bring up the fact that it was like... I doubt Phoenix would say that. Like, oh, it was Juan who broke up with her, so it's his fault that she killed herself. I don't think he would say something like that. I don't know exactly what he's gonna say, but I'm gonna choose suicide note. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It would also be interesting if, in the future, they did a case where we were defending a guilty person, but we didn't find out until the very end. Like, with Matt Enguarde, we found out for sure. We know that he's guilty. But it would be interesting if, even in the final trial, we were still defending him normally, and then we ended up just losing the case and finding out at the very end that he was guilty. That could be kind of interesting if they do that sometime, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. Anyway,
I think Your Honor believes that Matt Engard killed in order to obtain the note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. Is there? This note was hidden by Mr. Corda until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt Engard could not have known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. I don't think that's true. I don't know if he's in his right mind either. Have you seen the guy? How'd he get those damn scars? Order, order, order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt Engard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And? The victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Engard. Order, order! Him, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt Engard's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. Gumshoe! It's fairly obvious that Mr. Engard learned of the suicide note through this. Hurry it up, man. Pal. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Phone? Ring? After this whole thing is over. No, I'm not the bad killer guy, you piece of shit child. After this, we better get fucking newspaper headlines out the ass that just say, hero lawyer saves girl. And it is a full story of all of our ordeals. And I'll be the most celebrated lawyer in the history of Japan, America. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. What? Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. What? Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? That's what everybody always speaks in. Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? I mean, the only new thing is the suicide note, but is it that again? We have to present evidence. What needs to be looked at? I have an objection, Your Honor. I mean, the newest thing is the suicide note, but, like, what could be looked at? That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. How dare you insult my objections? That's the one thing I have in life. The defense has no intentions of letting this go so easily. You are beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence.